So,
Oh God.
you know what? It is time.
Let's get into it because we about to. I gotta fill up
I am
because
so, you know what?
I'm disgusted.
Yeah,
I am disgusted with Carlos King.
Carlos the court jester. Yeah, I'm sorry. But for him to call himself the king of reality television, you were absolutely the court jester. You had you had one of the best shows on with hands down one of the best reality black women reality TV show stars who came to you, presented an idea about a show about young married black couples in Alabama doing real estate, doing positive things in the
Anything, just
community.
doing
Yes,
positive
doing
stuff.
positive things in the
And
community.
we really don't see that in
No, we
these
don't.
small
We
little
don't. We
states.
don't. We
We
don't.
always see housewives and or something. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Housewives is cool, but this show would have been something.
No, I'm just saying that because we see it in like Atlanta, Jersey,
Yeah,
all
no,
that.
I'm saying this is
Alabama,
right.
Alabama,
Alabama.
Alabama.
Yeah.
Like to see that, like, hey, Alabama's just not a little Hicks town.
Yeah, yeah. And it's funny because I got family, like my family comes from Huntsville where the show is being shot at. But yeah, these you got these black people doing things, showing us in a positive
Mm.
light, and then to take this show and to turn it into some bullshit where you got bobble-headed bitches saying that Melody and Martel are grooming her, have tried to groom her, where we have seen Dusty proposition Kimmy and Maurice for threesomes. So it's crazy to me to see. And here's the thing: this is the gag. This is what I heard. This is how the ties got to turning. Carlos King allegedly, once Melody's star started rising, he wanted to be allegedly to be her business manager. And so she told him no. So that's when the tide started turning and he didn't have no more
I don't
holla
know.
for her being his leading lady. So he started rallying the troops and started using these people to conspire against her, i.e., Kimmy. We'll get to her in a minute, and how
You,
Maurice finessed her out of a prospering nursing career
who cares? You
to
need to
be.
worry about why you sit up there up in a threesome with your brother, nasty ass,
Right.
allegedly.
Well, the girl
Wait,
got
well, no, we saw
she
the
got the
video.
track marks to prove it. She said, and the fact that she said that she was doing them both in a room
That
at the
was
same time. At the
disgusting.
same time.
That's like your.
You share
But you
things
know
with
what
your
they
sibling.
always give a weird vibe though.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought about that. Marceau and Maurice always gave me a
They
weird
have a weird closeness.
yes.
It's like you know how that saying, "I am my brother's keeper." You know
Oh,
what I'm
they
saying?
keeping.
We
They
keeps each
keeping.
other's liquids, bodily fluids.
Oh,
I mean,
I'm sorry. Ugh, I don't.
allegedly,
I don't want to see. No, I don't.
allegedly, that's hey,
I don't want to see my brother. Ugh.
right. There's
Ugh.
certain things you just do not want to
No.
think about when it comes to your siblings. But yeah, so it's like he has taken these people, and what's been so crazy is like we saw how the tide started turning in the first season, how they started coming for Melody and Hotel's marriage. The first couple episodes, Martel and Melody were celebrating their anniversary. They went out to dinner, and that's when the Scots started asking about the infidelity. And that's how we started finding out about the infidelity. So this show, which was geared towards black excellence, black people building, construction, doing all this shit, trying to put Huntsville on the map, now we have turned into a full blown just love and hip hop type of situation. So we're looking at this married couple that has these cute kids, and now we're looking at the husband that's a fuck boy.
I mean,
And so the show
honestly,
started to
honestly,
unravel.
I'm gonna say this though. Honestly, it's like it is what it is. It's like, you know, it doesn't matter where you live. It can happen anywhere. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
yeah, but I'm just
But if it's
saying
gonna be
this.
reality, it's reality.
Right,
You
but
can't.
it's just like it's the unmitigated gall that Carlos King, the jealousy that he has for Melody, that she
She's the
helped.
HBIC. She
Right,
is
he.
the show,
Thank
and this
you.
is where you're
That's
going wrong,
that's what I'm
Carlos.
saying. You're
You
biting the
have no
hand.
show without Melody.
Exactly. You have bitten the hand that fed you, that is keeping you
Say it one more time.
gainfully
Say it
employed. You
again.
bit the
Say it
hand.
again.
You bit off the hand that was feeding you. Someone that you turned into becoming an executive producer. Y'all was making money together. But then you got jealous of her because
That
she's
part.
starting to rise. She's starting to be your equal and not
She
your.
is the Nene of your show.
Exactly, she is. And so you started conspiring against her, attacking her marriage, attacking all things because you feel like she's getting too big. So it's like you got to take her down a notch. And now you're using your minions,
Which was
your.
weird because you even sided with Martel and like
Yeah, they was all conspiring. Now, this is what's crazy. The gag is why are Carlos and Hotel, they've got a weird closeness to them. And if
That's
you
what I'm
watch, I
saying.
think they was hunching.
That's
Because they already said that Hotel got down with
uh,
that he liked. Yeah.
we
So,
know
and
who
did you
said
did you
that.
did you see how they were
She was
dressed
like,
alike
"Why
for the
you wait?" She
reunion?
said, "While you sitting there talking about I was back in my college days, while I was back in the back seat of a car." No, let me just say this: while I was in the back seat of a car, you was in somebody a mean door.
But see, the thing is though about Tissue, she is a great value, and she will never. She has no originality. She has copied everything that Melody has done,
She
and it's just like
1000%.
you have no you have no originality, baby.
Yeah,
You don't have anything that the people want. Like I'm not. First of all, you came every reunion. I don't know who's on your glam squad, but they have you looking. First of
a hot
all,
mess.
a hot mess. This year she looking like a figure skater. Got the
Mm.
dressed in all white, which you should not have been wearing white. You got on this black wig, bob wig. Mel had a bob, so you got to get a bob. So you got on this black wig that is washing out your beautiful chocolate skin. You probably should have had some type of honey blonde situation. Your makeup was horrible. You look like you was ready to be put in a casket. That's what she looked like. Everybody did. Kimmy with her I Dream of Jeannie ponytail.
Oh my
You too
god.
damn old to be wearing that hairstyle.
You know, she looks like she's in her 50s, but
She
she's not.
is.
No, they
Yes,
say
she
on
is.
her.
No, Kimmy's in her 50s.
Oh, they
Kimmy's.
lied on her Wikipedia.
Yeah, they lied on her
No, wait.
Wikipedia.
No, they lied on everything because
Kimmy's in
me
her
and my friend
50s.
looked it up. I was like, no. I was like, I was
Look at
like,
her neck.
I was like,
All you gotta do is
that's.
look at a woman's neck.
But
Kimmy
I was
is
like,
50 plus.
oh damn. Um, because then they say, I
Kimmy
think they
Kimmy
said
was way older than Maurice. She was probably about
they say
five to
Maurice is
seven
the
years.
oldest.
No. Kimmy's older than Maurice.
No, Marceau.
What do you mean? That Marceau's the older brother? They no,
The
they got an
younger.
older brother.
No, Marceau is the younger. I'm like, he looks like he's older than Maurice.
Okay.
I
I
looked
know
it up.
they do. They have
They
they
lying.
got an older. Yeah, but Kimmy's definitely older than
She in her
Maurice.
50s. I
She
don't care what.
yeah, she's in her
They tried to
50s.
say she's 40 something.
No,
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 30. They 30 something. Let me look it up. What's her
no.
name? Kimmy.
Scott. So
Kim.
here's the gag about Kimmy. So we already know
Hold on, I'm about to look it up.
Kimmy was in fact the side piece. We are not going to.
Oh, we know that.
Maurice was, and as much as she tried to argue that down,
Sideline hoe.
yes. So here's the
You
thing.
a
Listen.
hoe.
So back in the day, word on the Huntsville streets, allegedly, is that when Kimmy was taking Jalen
Kimmy
to
Scott.
get
Let's
his
see.
hair cut, that's how she ended up meeting Maurice at the barbershop. She started meeting Maurice, started flirting with Maurice, and they said more often than not she was at the barbershop
Hold on.
trying to get what? What
Do
did
you
I
see
say?
this?
What did I say about Kimmy Scott?
Wait,
Who is 36? There's a
yeah. Wait. She just they said she was 35. Now
No,
she just turned
absolutely
36.
not.
They're saying she just turned 36 on February 5th. That's a hot lie.
Add about 19 to that.
When I first saw this, I'm like, she's
Definitely.
old.
No, Kimmy is not
And
no
it's no
30 nothing.
disrespect to that.
Kimmy is in her 50s.
And they trying to say how old
Kimmy is in her
Maurice.
50s. So they said, word on the street, that that's how Kimmy met Maurice. She would be taking Jalen to go get his haircut, and that's how she ended up meeting him at the barbershop. So she met him at the barbershop. They started flirting. She started just being around Credit One. Now, mind you, this Maurice didn't
Who's
really.
Credit One?
Credit One is where the activities was happening, where Chris Fletcher was running hoes and helping the guys find meet hoes and shit, and that's where they would be sucking and fucking.
Oh Lord Jesus.
That Chris Fletcher
Allegedly. Can
allegedly
we say yeah,
was
please?
on the whole stroll.
Oh.
That's how we got our good
Was
friend
this
Trish
before the threesome or
during during that time, alleged. All this is for entertainment purposes only. This is all alleged, but
nasty?
we know that it's more than likely true.
So what?
So Maurice had moved out to Huntsville. Now, mind you, Maurice and Kiowa was married, living in Michigan. Maurice left Michigan to come to Huntsville. So they trying to say when he was separated, he was very much still married to Kiowa. Lil Monster was still living with his mama. He met Kimmy. They started sucking, fucking, and flirting. And Kimmy wants to try to say that Maurice was separated, but no, he was still very much while she was messing with him and stuff. So what I'm saying is
He
Kimmy,
was separated at the time. He
yeah,
was
but
separated from her punani at the time.
separated from Kiowa's and Kimmy's and them other hoes inside Credit
From the
One.
punani at the time.
So yeah, so he
The
messing with Kimmy.
relationship might have been
Listen,
separated, but it was
right? Because she was with him. I want to say they was together for 7 years. Kimmy, you was a side. You was a coleslaw.
Yeah.
Don't ever talk about Ariane. You was a side as well. So
and lying on your age.
yeah, please. So they messing around. And so that's what ended up happening. That's why there's always pressure between Kiowa and Kimmy, because Kimmy was sucking and fucking while he was still with Kiowa. So what is so crazy to me is that Kimmy, again, let this man who they said Maurice at the time was working on his credit, meaning that his credit was fucked up.
Oh Lord.
Kimmy was an up and coming nurse on the trajectory of doing great things in the nursing field. And so she was owned her own home, single mom, doing a damn thing. This man saw her as a lick. Of course, he got to know her. He's like, oh, she owns her own house. Okay, now I just gotta play the role to finesse her out of her panties, make her feel like I'm in love with her. Da 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 da. Now, mind you, Jalen is on the rise, getting older.
Y'all remember that on the 5 Heartbeats when they came out and she was in that audience like, oh, that's how she went. She was, oh.
So yes, so Maurice got in good with Kimmy, finessing her out of her panties. Oh baby, I'm gonna tell you this is now, mind you, 7 years they was together. Remember, they got married on the show, and Kimmy was like, "Yeah, we've been together for 7 years," and everybody like, "Damn, 7 years." So they ended up getting married. So in that time, Kimmy's credit is great. Kimmy, again, nursing manager, doing all these things. Maurice is on the up and up, trying to get into real estate and doing all this shit. Da 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 da. Mind you, he ain't had no 800 credit score. Kimmy probably did. And
he had a 400.
Thank you. So then he used Kimmy as his lick. She ends up putting him on the deed to her house. Now, mind you, Kimmy done raised her child. Jalen is good and grown. Maurice decides he's ready to be a daddy, and he brings Monster down to Huntsville for Kimmy to raise. Maurice ain't had shit to do with Monster. So Kimmy's grown son, Kimmy done already raised her kids. So now this nigga bringing his son down for her to raise. So he's still out here running these streets, smashing hoes, probably hopping on planes with Hotel and Marceau doing his thing. And Kimmy is raising his kid.
But the Scots wanted to put everything on Martel and his situation. But let's keep it real.
Martel learned everything from them.
Exactly.
That's what he said.
That
he said,
part.
I mom
That
was
part.
raised from them. And then let it be known where Martel had told Melody, because Melody even said, remember, she said that the older grown men had told Martel to tell Melody that she needs to basically just get over and accept the
Yeah.
fact that he's cheating on
He's
her.
cheating, yeah.
And she like, well, who was one of those older people that you hanging around with? Chris Fletcher. Again, Chris Fletcher and Nell came onto the show trying to say that they were mentors. Nell was a side piece. If y'all have watched, Chris's daughter Lexi has been going in on Nell and how Nell broke
Watch
up.
the previous season after year.
Yeah,
They, yeah.
Lexi has spilled the tea. Lexi was even talking to a YouTuber, I
Remember
can't
that?
remember his
Remember
name.
the episode when Martel called? He called to what's his name? He was like, oh, so she was a
Side.
side hoe.
Yes.
Yeah, and he
Yes.
got mad.
And Chris goes, you don't call my wife. No. Well, she
He
was.
was like, well, what do you want me to do?
You were married. It's fucking sitting on the side. Again. So that's one thing about Martel. What I will say is,
He
as much
keeps it
as
real.
yes, as much as I don't like him, what he's not going to do is allow you, like, he know his shit
I
stinking.
just don't like his gaslighting and
Yeah.
his lying.
See, the thing about him is that he knows his shit stinks, but then he's like, I'm not gonna let you, Maurice and Marceau, walk around like
Because
y'all shit
remember,
ain't stinking
what's her
either.
name? Oh my god. He act like he didn't know her on the last
Oh,
season.
Trish. Use my Trish. Yeah.
He act like he didn't know her.
They caught that lie. So here's the thing. This is how, again, Chris Fletcher is, like I said, is the ringleader of the operation. Chris Fletcher finds these women allegedly on Instagram when they are prowling for hoes and who they finding that lives in the area. That's how Trish, they found out what gym Trish was working out in. Chris Fletcher even went up. Remember when Melody, when she met him for popcorn? Well, I heard that you, and then he's stuttering and futtering. Yes, he found Trish and hooked, because he started looking at the Instagram, and then that's how he connected Trish and Martel. And then remember when Melody was questioning Trish, which house was it? And she's, yeah, Melody was leaving her husband when Trish was coming up to the house. Now Trish trying to say she didn't suck and fuck, but why would Ken get all like, yeah, Trish is a liar. She definitely, well, she definitely hunched Martel. She definitely did. But now with all this shit coming on, like, okay, with this episode of the reunion, to see how everybody is blaming their bullshit on Mel. So
Mel. Yeah,
they
I didn't.
started.
I don't.
Yeah, Maurice is like, I don't like how she tried to tarnish my character. My nigga, you tarnished your own character by
That part.
crashing into a pole, and then from 4 a.m. to noon, your wife didn't know where the fuck he was at, and then she come
He
out.
did a Karen.
He was in some good.
Maybe he
poom
wasn't
poom.
drunk, but he.
He was in some good poom poom.
Because you know Karen.
Poom 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 poom.
Oh, we're gonna talk about it on the next
poom
episode.
poom poom poom.
Because you know they say Karen had a mean in the core.
Yeah, that's what they said. Probably blue eyes.
That's what I said.
Poom 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 poom. So Maurice, you was not at home with Kimmy from 4 a.m. to 12 noon. You call her at noon to tell her you're in jail. Like, poom 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 poom. Who you was with somebody?
You
and
went
trying to gaslight.
You went to your side piece.
Yeah.
Smashed and got arrested.
Yeah, crashing into a pole. So yeah,
Leaving
but then
her
you trying to
house.
say that Melody tried to disparage your character. Nah, you kind of did that yourself by being intoxicated and trying to get behind the, not trying to, but getting behind.
You got behind the wheel, intoxicated, and crashed.
And then I hated it was the gaslighting for me as Carlos was questioning them, and then he's trying to use his legalese to try to wiggle his way out of that shit. But my thing is, it's like they steadily over the years have come for Mel, have talked about Martel's infidelities, brought up the fact that he and Ariane had matching cars. Like, they did all this shit to Mel.
And Mel is like,
and she
Mel
has
over
taken it
that.
on, right. She took it all on the chin for all these years, and it's like now that she coming back, And she got, now that it ain't no fun when a rabbit got the gun. And now that she got the gun and she's shooting and y'all getting hit by these strays, y'all in y'all feelings. And Kimmy, for you to come out there trying to talk about Mel's bad butt job, which she never had a butt job, her best friend and one of her best friends, her makeup artist, Jay Taylor, did an interview with Queen Sheba, and Melody's never had a butt job done. She
Okay,
didn't
where
get no
is this
BBL.
coming from? Because if you watch it,
I
Mel
think it's
has
just
always
something
been
that
thick.
it's something that Kimmy and them just trying
I
to
know.
come out with because they're grasping for straws. And my thing is, Kimmy, you let Maurice and
Kimmy, you were
Tisha,
intimidated by
yes,
Mel.
like you let this nigga put a
You want
battery
to be
in your
Mel.
back. Like this nigga got you
Let's keep
gassed
it
up.
real. They want to be all of them, not just Kimmy,
Yeah,
but they like
they're all jealous of
Kimmy
Mel.
is
They're
jealous and
jealous.
intimidated.
Mm-hmm. Kimmy's jealous. You know why? Because Mel is doing something that she will never do. Mel said, okay, yes, I got cheated on. I was embarrassed. I was hurt. But you're not going to play in my face
Yeah.
no more. I'm divorcing you. Kimmy can't do that. You know why? Because she's probably wrapped up
But
in
as a
so much of his
old
debt.
woman, as
It
a
don't,
50
she
year
wrapped
old
up. She's
woman,
so wrapped up in debt by this man, just like Tisha. Marceau they got both of these women by
as a
the
50-year-old
necks.
woman, you need to get over,
She
like,
can't.
move.
She gonna be in debt for the rest of her life. She walked away from big money. This man
Because she
told her.
wished she could do what Mel did.
This man got finessed her out of her nursing career to
Mm-hmm.
do real estate, to do shit that she don't even want to do. And here's another thing. She gets diagnosed with having breast cancer.
Mm.
And this motherfucker still wanted to have sex with her. And
Mm.
she was in pain. And she gave it to him. And he had no decency to say, you know what, it ain't even, at this point it's not even about sex anymore. My wife is in
I'm
a life
sorry.
and death
I'm
situation
sorry.
and I wanna fuck. And
I'm
my
sorry.
wife,
I can't. I can't. That is the most
that nigga's
disgusting,
a
disgusting,
he's a narcissist.
vile
Yes, that is
person.
mm-hmm.
She could be
It's
dying.
sick.
And the only
Mm-hmm.
thing you worried about is
It's fucking.
fucking.
Yeah. Yep.
She could be
Talked about it.
dying.
Yep, talked about it because he has apparently he needs to have it. Well, go to the bitch's house that you was allegedly at from 4 a.m. to noon. Go there. Cause my thing is, how dare you, with that big ass mole Reese, would do that to your wife? But then again, you know what? Again,
Mm.
Kimmy, if she likes it, I love it. But my thing is for her to have smoke for Mel for no reason. But you not that smoke, that anger that you have, you need to direct it that way. Instead, you being complicit and you know what I'm saying, you gaslighting too, as Carlos is trying to question you gaslighting, you matrix and ducking and dodging and shit, trying to be slick and trying to, you know what I'm saying. It's like all of them just came out to me with
It was an attack on
these.
Mel.
Yeah, and it's going to continue being an attack on Mel. And let's get into this old ass hag, Nell Fletcher, who is literally trying to. She's
She
mad.
about 60 years old. Like,
This woman, do you realize
girl.
what this broad said? This old broad said that
Mm.
she's mad because she wants to say that she was Melody's mentor. Mel is like, you're not my mentor. You'd be Martel's mentor. She said while her mother was sick and dying that she left her mother
Mm.
at her mother's deathbed to go counsel Melody. Bitch, please. Let me find out my mother is dying and somebody and want me to walk away to go fucking counsel somebody. Bitch, please. Now
First of
stop
all, you want a
lying. Stop
storyline.
lying.
Stop. You want a
Right, Melody
storyline.
is everybody's storyline. Everybody's eating because of Mel. But now that Mel has chalked up the deuces on their
But the
ass,
gag is,
it's gonna be no more show.
she said, I'm leaving.
Yes, there's no more show because now Carlos is trying to prop up tissue paper
Who's
and
tissue paper?
tissue paper.
Tisha?
Yes, tissue paper and
Oh, shit.
Marceau to be a power couple. First of all, this nigga is not. They're. This man does.
Why?
This man does not like his
No.
wife at
And
all.
first of all,
He does not like her. He never
Tisha was
has.
trying to be Mel so
Yeah.
bad.
Mel took her under her wing. Remember the first event she
Yes.
took her to? And he's
Yes.
like, "Where are you going?" I go out with Mel because she could barely got a lisp or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, we saw you going to your speech therapy classes, Tisha, and then you trying to comfort Mel. Like,
She cannot
Mel,
hold the
stop it.
show.
Stop it.
She cannot hold the show.
She has nothing to offer
The show
anybody.
is done.
Yeah, there's nothing. Because there's no way, first of all, you're not a power couple. Your husband doesn't like you. First of all, your husband doesn't even protect you. Destiny set you up. Destiny and Martel set you up at her Big D Energy Field Day. So Martel could come out and talk about yo ho facts, talking about shit that niggas you was screwing back in college. He did all this stuff
But
to
that
disrespect
was
you.
so
Why?
irrelevant though. I'm
But
like,
it doesn't matter. Her husband didn't protect her. You see what I'm saying? This
that, oh,
man
no,
is
I see
running
what
her
you're
whole
saying,
facts.
but it's
Yeah.
like he should have like, okay, whatever. That's back in the day. Like, okay, college. I was young. We were all doing that.
Her husband did not protect her. Let this
Who
man
cares
talk
if she
about
was in
her,
college in the back
call
of a
her
car?
stupid. He never protects her at all, okay? He never wears his wedding ring. The next scene after Destiny and Hotel dusted the fuck out of you on that field, the next scene y'all at the jewelry store and you crying to him about putting on his fucking wedding ring because
He
of
never wears his ring.
because he don't like to. This is the same
It's
nigga.
not he don't like to. He
He
knows what
don't
he's
want to.
doing.
This nigga is the same nigga that went to
But the Scots went after Martel. And that's
because
the
he's a
thing.
liar. Because they've been conspiring with Martel, and now that Martel is telling their
But they
business, they
went after
mad.
Martel first. And this is what it all leads to. They went after Martel first. Come on, Marcel. You ain't never wore your ring since when?
Never. This is the same nigga that went to Africa without his family. What did you do in Africa?
Oh,
He's talking about he was going through some things.
yeah.
You was running up in some
He
things.
was running into a lot of things.
It's crazy. Like how do you being a married man with a wife with children, you go to Africa? I'm going through some things. Nigga, what?
He was going through the motherland.
Yes. He was getting some mothering from the motherland. But yeah, I mean it's just crazy. So this was just the first episode.
So
So
here's the thing.
it's ridiculous.
I did not like the attack on Mel.
Yeah, this whole situation, I'm feeling like this whole reunion
It was
situation
trash.
is good. Well, this is just episode 1, but I just feel like the
We'll talk
next
about the
couple
next
episodes.
one,
Well,
yeah.
no, it hasn't come on yet. But what
No,
I'm
I'm
saying
saying
is
next week. But I'm just
this.
saying this is all trash. It was
It
attack
is.
on
It's
Mel.
going to continue to be an attack on her, which
It
it's
is.
crazy. And it's like I sat watching this.
And I see why she said deuces.
Yeah, I sat watching this
You
first
got
episode, and I was just like,
I run the show. And it's not what you're gonna do.
yeah,
You're gonna gang up on me like that?
yeah. And she's the reason why y'all
And
eating.
Carlos, you ain't doing nothing?
Oh, he did something. He started. He started this shit. He
That's
wants
what
them to
I
conquer.
know. He
He
started, but
his goal is to. They're vultures, and Melody is their prey, and they are. It's like when you look at the Lion King, and you see how
you
Scar was
constantly
at the
standing
top,
up for
and Mufasa
Martel.
was holding
What
his
was you
hand
doing?
up.
What was you doing with Martel?
And Mufasa was holding his hand up and Scar was holding him. Then Scar dropped him. So it's like now they're eating off of Melody's carcass. But I hope they enjoy because guess what? Nobody's going to watch this show. Carlos, nobody is going to. And here's the thing. You know what? Remember how we always talk about Carlos King shows and how they always turn to shit. This is why they turn to shit because he don't know how to protect. He don't know how to protect his main people.
Yeah,
He
and
just
not even
doesn't.
just that. It's like you always concentrate on Bravo, VH1, and you doing interviews with everybody else doing this, and he never pays attention. Can we talk about that? How he never pays attention to his shows.
He's
Why are you
terrible.
sitting here always having a thing with Heavenly and this? Like,
Because you know why he got to do that? Because he sees all of his leading ladies from OWN have left. Let's talk about everybody who's left. Melody, your moneymaker, she's gone. Winter's gone. Monique is gone. Ashley's gone. Who else? Ikesha had your ass gagging on Messy Mondays. Ikesha's gone. So Gucci's got like he's got nothing but except
Well,
for
Gucci could have left.
but still, I'm just saying the way he
Yeah.
disrespects these women, they're gone. So it's like now, Latrice probably will be the next one to leave. Letitia Pearson is gonna stick around because she need a check. Her and
Latrice
that
Scott,
dusty
I think
wig.
she'll stay for a minute. She not gonna leave yet.
Well, she need to leave that husband.
She ain't leaving that either.
Just a mess. Her whole situation. That's somebody else to be talking about soon. But it's just like his whole everything Carlos King touches is turning to shit right now. And I'm sure Carlos
Could
is about to
I
be
ask
facing some
this?
charges.
For
Him
oh,
and
go ahead before I ask that.
for allowing them to talk about grooming. Destiny lied. Destiny was not groomed by, and then the fact that you let that shit run on the synopsis of your show and you talking about grooming, who approved that shit? That's slander. Like Melody, yeah. Carlos better watch out. She gonna be owning Kingdom Reign. It's gonna be Millimeter Productions. Now, what you better say?
So, with this being said, we know Mel is out. She publicly announced that she is not coming back for the next season. Do you think it's gonna survive? Well,
No.
I don't either.
You know why it's not gonna survive? Because they are not going to spill their shit. See, here's the thing. Tisha and Marceau are separated. They didn't want us to know that shit. You
They're
see
not
what I'm
gonna.
saying?
They're not gonna. No.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
They're
They're
not
not
gonna discuss
offering.
it.
Right. So here's the thing. It was okay for them to attack and tear
And that was
apart
the thing.
Melody and
And that's
Hotel.
where Martel went on the podcast with Homegirl
Yeah.
and was saying on that. It's like, oh, so you sitting here attacking me? And it's like, no.
Yeah, and they don't want to talk about their shit. But Martel knows y'all shit because he was doing the shit with y'all. He was doing the whole shit.
Oh, that's
And is and we'll tell it. I learned how to cheat from y'all.
yeah.
He was good into the beginning stages of his marriage, and he was just out here because he's like, oh, they doing it. Well, let's try to So again, this show is about to goodbye because nobody's about to watch it. Destiny is on her way back to jail. Hotel is going to jail.
What about his other shows? Do you think they're gonna survive?
No,
Before we wrap up,
no.
you
I don't
think
think
Oprah
anybody.
Winfrey gonna be like, bye?
Yes. Yes.
You don't get a show. You don't get a show. You
Yes.
don't get a show.
Carlos is messy with this grooming shit. No. That's crazy. That's on some R. Kelly-esque type shit. You're trying to put Mel in that category. This bitch said you're trying to groom me, and then Mel had to go on a live to let the people know, me and Destiny was not that cool. And she was giving
Yeah.
receipts on the times when Destiny was texting her and she was barely replying.
Yeah.
So no. Carlos is a jive. Yeah, a jive
But
turkey.
it's like we don't need that.
Carlos
Let's
can
go
forget
back
it.
to the real world.
Here's the thing.
Let's go back to that reality.
Here's
the
the
real
thing.
world.
I
Stop trying to
hope
manipulate something in my
I hope
Y'all
that
hold on.
I hope that Bravo picks Melody up and puts her on Real Housewives of Atlanta season 17.
If there ever be one.
I think there will. I think they're gonna scrap this. That trailer. Let's talk about the trailer in the next video.
Yeah.
Y'all like,
Hold on,
share,
y'all.
comment, subscribe.
Oh yeah, give me
We'll
a
see y'all in the
minute.
next one.
Ooh, some guy.